Welcome back to Fire Hazard Garage. Today we decided to do a proper introduction of ourselves. I'm Jake.
And I'm Josh. And today we're playing with the Mopar Big Block 400. Alright folks, as previously stated, this is a Mopar Big Block 400. And right now we're just going to tear it down and see what she looks like. Just bought today by Jake. And
drove 3.5 hours for this thing. And the reason being for this specific 400 is it is a 1971 block. Which for those of you that aren't Mopar enthusiasts, I guess. This is a 230 casting is what it's called. So in the main webs, in the block itself, this is the thickest main webs they put in any big block Mopar 400, or any big block Mopar for that fact. So it is the strongest block they made from the factory. And eventually one day we're going to stroke this thing to a 512, but for now, it spins over. So we're going to see if it'll run.
yeah, folks, so what he's saying is, basically, to sum it down for you is, cheap engine, lots of power. Alright, so we've already got the intake bolts out, so we're going to get ready to...
A little ahead of ourselves. This, I was told this is out of a Newport, Chrysler Newport. And you can see over here, the only thing missing from this engine that I know of was the distributor. The cap was still on it, the kickdown linkage and throttle brackets all here. Even the factory return spring was on it. So as far as we know, this is a pretty complete factory engine. Like he said, we already pretty much got the intake off. We kind of got ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, you know, it's when you get something like this and you just want to start working on it. And it's just so hard to put that down and prioritize.
This is like factory insulation. I don't know. I've got a couple engines like this that has this stuff in it. I think it's just I think it's like a heat barrier to keep heat out of the intake so they run better because, you know, cold air is better air, denser or whatever. But where we're starting is we're going to take this valley pan off because down in the distributor hole, it looks like there was mice building a nest in it. So we're going to pull this off. These 3 bolts here, these 3 bolts here. Take these tie downs off and this will pop right out. After that, we'll take valve covers off, make sure it's clean in there, and then after that, I got a 4-barrel intake for it. What else? And that's really it. Eventually, we're going to get this thing on a stand, pressure wash it, clean it up, rattle can rebuild, you know, make it look pretty. And this will go in the Project Crew Cab we got sitting outside. So,
but that's a secret.
It's not a secret when this video comes out.
We'll see. It will probably still be a secret, but that's coming. That's definitely in the future.
This engine's going to go in many different things.
We have big plans for this mighty engine. It's going to power many things.
And that is because it's cheap and it might run, and the other ones I have don't run. So this is our best bet. Alright folks, so obviously first off we're going to start with getting the valley pan off. So we're taking this plate off here. Then as Jake was saying, and he's wrong, we thought there was more bolts on this side. Oh no, the plate's underneath the guard. That's all that is. That's what I meant. Okay. But no, it's just 3 bolts. Right. So then 1, 2, 3, and it has that guard on top, so stuff doesn't get down in the valley tray from the front, and then the back doesn't have one. And then we have 3 bolts here. It's just a tie down strap. Take the plate off. And then, as long as this is a factory block, this thing shouldn't be RTV. Yep, came right off. Cool.
Beautiful. Valley pan came right. Oh, yep. Lord, ladies and gentlemen.
Suspicions confirmed. Rat nest. But other
positive
than that,
mice.
Other than just the mouse nest, this thing looks pretty clean inside. Like, there's no gunk buildup or anything that I could see at the moment.
Yeah, it looks clean other than this.
So we'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll show you what it looks like underneath.
Absolutely. All right, folks. So as you can see, we got her cleaned out, and so that sometimes, even if you see something like what you just saw, it shouldn't scare you. Because I mean, look at this, man. It's so clean. I mean, it sometimes just things happen and things sit too long, and yeah, sure, the mice get to them, but look at this. Absolutely beautiful after just a good shop vacuum. So let's move on to something a little different. It's going to be information time with Josh, and secret time. It's just information that Jake has told Josh, and Josh is telling you guys. So, for a B block, we're going to learn the difference between high blocks and low blocks. So for a low block, which is just a B block, your information will be right here. And it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the 0, 0 right there. There's a 4 right there. This would be 400. Okay, so it's right here on this slanted, flat surface. Right? You see how that's slanted? And so if we go over here, now just bear with me. If we go over here to the high block, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but your information will be right here. Kind of on, I want to say just like a flat surface. So,
right in front of the intake manifold.
Right in front of the intake manifold, parallel, if you will be your information on a high block versus a low block.
Low blocks are 361, 400, 383, and the high blocks are 413, 426, 440. I think that's all of them. I feel like I'm missing one, but I think that's all of them. 426 street wedge. I think they're in the same spot for a Hemi. I'm not sure. I don't own Hemis. Those are too expensive.
So yeah, folks, that's the difference. But man, I just can't get over how spectacular it looks in here.
There's like no sludge in this thing.
No sludge.
Usually in these, it's all built up. Like, I mean, there's a little bit in here. But that
just
is
a
nothing.
Little bit.
This
Holy
engine
cow.
is from 1971. Usually these things are just puddled up with sludge because people never change the oil.
Look at that. It just goes to show, right? You find an engine on Facebook Marketplace and you don't really quite know what you're getting into.
When I went to pick this thing up, it was sitting in the bed of a truck under a tarp. And he said it's been there for about a year. It came out of a running, driving car, which we all know how that ends up. But this guy was actually honest, obviously. It spins over easy by hand. It's clean inside, so we're going to pop these valve covers off. If everything's clean in there, we'll, guess go from there. I've got a new distributor for reload deck somewhere in here. I got to find it. I've got garbage piled up everywhere. And then, I don't have an engine hoist right now, but we got to get the oil pan off, make sure there's nothing down in the pan, make sure all the rods are good. We'll see if Josh is up for flipping over a complete 400. These things weigh like, I think on the better side of 600 pounds fully dressed. Well, we'll get these valve covers off and bring you back, I guess.
All right, we're back with the 400. It is the next day. Well, 2 days from when we started.
Yeah.
But got the valve covers off. Man, as I was saying, it looks just so good in here. You got anything to add?
No, I'm on Facebook looking for more garbage we could buy that we don't need. No, for now, since I don't have a cherry picker, my dad's using it. We're going to had another engine with all the air conditioning brackets and the pump and all that fun stuff, and a 4-barrel carburetor. We're going to set all that stuff on there. And make sure I got all the brackets and bolts and doodads and thingamabobs that'll let us have air conditioning, because nothing I own has air conditioning, and I kind of want it in this thing. So we'll try to set you up somewhere and get a time lapse going, because we don't have a stand yet. When did she say that was coming?
Saturday.
Or no, you're right, Saturday.
Yeah.
You're right. So we'll bring you back or try to get a video, get you guys set up somewhere and time lapse this of us dropping heavy things on our toes, because all we wear is a professional garage wear.
Yeah. Alright, so as you can see, we got the AC mocked up, kinda. Just wanted to make sure we had everything to put AC on, and we do. So now, we're going to move on to another fun segment of information time with Josh, according to Jake. So, we're talking water pumps.
Water pump
Housings. Water pump housings. So, this one right here is a truck water pump, or a water pump
for 73 or newer cars.
For 73 or newer cars.
I believe. And I
He
think
thinks.
they put those in RVs.
And maybe RVs, possibly. Unconfirmed. We have to fact check that later. This one is a water pump housing for a car before 73. Notice how they're on two different sides for the hose. And that's it.
Now we got to take all that stuff back off.
Yeah.
And what else do we got to do? We're gonna leave the balancer on for now. We're gonna rattle can rebuild it like we said, but we want to try to get it running sitting right there. So I have some upright headers hanging on the wall somewhere. I've got a distributor laying over there that we got to tear apart and figure out what's wrong with.
Which we found out we are experts at.
Yeah, and then I've got a bell housing. There's a torque converter on the back of it. I've got a brand new mini starter somewhere. And then we got to get an ignition module, which is just a stupid little box, which anything has. There might be one in the truck out there, actually. We got to look. Other than that, we could probably make this thing run sitting on the floor. We got to pull some spark plugs out and see if they're, usable-ish.
Yeah.
Because I don't have new ones. Then we can see if it'll fire up. If it fires up, we're digging in this baby and setting her in that truck outside.
Absolutely.
So we'll time lapse you again, I suppose, getting that stuff off.
We might just cut to it being off.
Look at that. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I gotta find bell housing bolts. What else? Oh, eventually it's not gonna look that nasty. We'll put it on a stand, pressure wash it, repaint it, get all this, the water pump housing, the pulleys, all that fun stuff. I got a sandblaster that I got the glass for.
It's looking a little rough, but it's
we'll make
fine.
it look kind of pretty.
Yeah.
And there's truck headers over at my grandpa's I gotta go get. And if it runs, we're gonna put a cam in this baby, because 400s had like 7-2 compression, which is awful. Maybe steel shim head gaskets, get a little more compression out of it. I don't have any closed chamber heads. But yeah, come back to you guys here in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys in a minute.
Timing covers too. You want another information point?
Sure.
Let me find the timing cover for our truck. That one. You see how you can't see the tab? You gotta get in there. That's how you time the engine with marks on the balancer. This little tab right here, you can't see it with this water pump on it. So to remedy that issue, this one is for a big truck. It's kind of the same thing though. That one's broke. They extended the tab out further past that water pump housing so you could see down in there and see your timing marks, and it's dirty, but it has them on here. But this timing cover is supposed to go with the long passenger side drop water pump housings.
The orange one.
Yeah, the orange one, so you can see the timing marks when you're trying to set timing on your engine.
Interesting.
That's all I got for now.
That's it, folks. So yeah, we'll come back when we got it back apart, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there. All right, we got her all disassembled again. We are now going to cut off exhaust pipes.
So we can get these turds off.
Yeah.
Watch your legs. I don't want to catch you on fire.
That'd be funny.
There. Let's see if I can get in there.
Why don't you just grab the salsa?
I don't have blades.
Oh.
I'm sure this would have been useful to use. Ah, one.
Beautiful.
You know what? We don't have to cut that one. It's not hooked to this anymore.
Oh, yeah, good point.
All right, now we take those off.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to take the manifolds off.
Then put some upper headers on it.
Yeah, so
Well, we might wait to do that so we're not smacking our heads off of it, but you know.
we're going to get these manifolds off. You got... we'll probably just do it off camera, but if you don't know, there's like a nut there, like in there, in there, in there.
Everywhere they'll break
in
off
there.
and you can't reach them.
Yeah, and on the side there. So that's how you take a manifold off. It's not hard. So yeah, we'll cut to that when we get done. All right, folks, as you see, we got the exhaust manifolds off, the heat riser off, because we had to get to the bolts or the nuts for the exhaust manifold. I'm thinking
Probably it for this video.
probably it.
We'll make a short one on how to figure out a distributor, if we can figure out a distributor.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yeah, we tore two apart before. It works. Kinda.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll let you go this time. Be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps us out.
Well, maybe next time you'll see us getting this thing on a stand, cleaning it up, and painting it.
Yeah, maybe.
Get a couple parts ordered. Need a new valley tray. I might have valve cover gaskets. I gotta look. Intake gaskets. And a carburetor. I got a thermoquad we could try to rebuild, but it's a little froze up. So we might just get a cheapie and throw it on there and see how it does. But that should do it for this video. We'll see you guys next time.
See y'all.